All this time I've been looking.
No, it's okay.
You can ask me.
Because somebody said choose your type as well.
Who's your type?
Like, what's your type?
Michael B. Jordan. Hi guys, welcome to my new podcast. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Like, honestly guys, I've been contemplating in doing a podcast for the longest time, and I'm so happy that it's finally come about. This episode is literally just going to be an introduction to me. I put on my poll, I think last week, ask me anything, what you guys want to know about me, and why I'm choosing to start this podcast, why now, and all of those sort of questions. So I'm going to be answering those questions that you guys have sent to me, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. My sister Pegs and Ren.
Oh yeah.
Pegs and Ren, you don't know, you're gonna find out about them soon. Are gonna be asking me the questions. So yeah, we'll get into it.
Cool. So first question, what is your podcast about and what are your plans for it?
So the reason why I wanted to start a podcast is literally because I felt like I had something to say. I felt like I have conversations with my friends all the time which are meaningful, edifying, encouraging, educated sort of conversations, and I thought these conversations need to be shared with people. I think there's a lot of light which needs to be shed in our world, a lot of hope to give to people, and I like to talk a lot, so it makes sense to just have a podcast really. I didn't want to have the pressure of sitting in front of the camera all the time, and I just wanted real life conversations, true, transparent and honest conversations. So yeah.
What are your goals / aspirations, and where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Oh, okay guys, I would like to say that I'm quite a goal fixated person. In the next 5 years I would like to have a lot really. Would have progressed in my podcast firstly, hopefully maybe one day be on a radio station, that would be cool. I think also be working towards my chartered accounting qualification or become a chartered accountant at that point. So those are my two main goals: progressing in my career and also progressing in the podcast. Marriage is also a goal, but that's another story. But yeah, those are my main goals, I would say.
What's the hardest lesson you've had to learn?
Wow. I think the hardest lesson for me has been that failing isn't the end of things. Like, once you've failed something, there's literally another chance. Like, it's not the end. I've failed many times, and you'll hear stories in my podcast. I failed many a times. And a lot of times I felt like my world has ended. I felt like that's it, like that's literally it for me. But just knowing that it's never the end, that's the biggest lesson for me, to continue growing from your past mistakes, and learning from things that you've done, ways to do them differently. And yeah, I think that's mainly it.
What's been the most challenging experience for you so far?
I would say it's linked to the failing one. I think that's been challenging for me, picking myself back up, dealing with shame or guilt, things that I've done in my past maybe, and accepting that and moving on with it. I think that's been challenging, accepting who you are, with your flaws, imperfections and all of that stuff. I think that's been a challenge.
Change up a little. What do you do for a living?
Well, in case you guys didn't know, your girl's a graduate now. I've just finished my degree in accounting and finance, and I've just graduated. So currently I would call it a summer break, even though I'm technically unemployed and seeking employment. But yeah, I'm currently looking for jobs just so that I can get my career started and yeah, see where that takes me.
Speaking of uni, your uni experience in 3 words.
Testing is one. Fun. And life-changing. Oh, that's 4 words, sorry. Life-changing can be 1. What's that one I used? Scary. Testing. Scary. Testing is scary. Oh, scary! No! I said fun. Fun. Testing, fun and scary. Yeah. Scary. It's a scary place. Uni's a scary place, guys. Yeah.
Do you think you've made friends for life at uni?
Oh, I would. I do think. Do you know what's funny actually? Cute little story. I only thought I'd made friends for life at uni in my final year, like now, this last year. The first year and second year, I thought I'm not like, yes, I did have friends, but whether or not I'd talk to them after uni was a different story. So now I can definitely say that I have a bunch of people. You guys know who you are. So yeah.
Tea or coffee?
Tea or coffee, guys? Tea. Tea. I love tea. Literally, my girl just made me a nice little cuppa. Yeah, tea. Tea always, man. I don't even like the taste of coffee like that, to be fair. I like lattes and mochas actually, especially iced lattes and frappuccinos. I like those, but coffee, like straight up coffee, no, it's not for me.
A little bit deep.
Deeper.
Right, yeah. How do you deal with the pressure of when will you marry?
When will you marry? Will it be this year? Will I be single forever? How do I deal with the pressure? Do you know what, guys? In all honesty, I don't feel much pressure of when will you marry. Only because I'm not really someone who's fixed on like couple goals and all this. Like, obviously weddings are beautiful, marriage is a beautiful thing. I love weddings, honestly. But I think because I'm someone that I'm gonna wake up and smell the coffee kind of person, so I don't want to now be all airy daisy and forget that marriage is a serious commitment. It's a very big commitment. So I try not to get too caught up in the whole phase of it. But how I deal with it, because I can't lie, last year 2 of my closest friends got married, and I promise you, the first friend that got married in March, I didn't feel any pressure. Like, more times a lot of people didn't know that I was a bridesmaid for that wedding, so I didn't feel the pressure that much. But my best friend that got married in September, I was her maid of honor, and I promise you, I felt I felt pressure. Like, you would, didn't it? You would, because you're like, they're just like, well, do you know what? Oh, someone said to me, yeah, someone was like, you're just here shamelessly single, and your best friend is getting married. I said,
how did they?
Scream louder, scream, please, because I was like, boy, no. I didn't have to take that one, I can't lie. This person, if you're watching this, you know who you are. You know that you're evil. You're evil. But yeah, so I guess at that time I started to think about it a bit more. But yeah, in terms of dealing with that pressure, honestly, this is why you have single friends. You know, if you're single, yeah, you can't have all married friends because you'll just cry. You actually just sit there and cry. But yeah, I think also it comes down to my religion. Like, I'm a Christian, and just knowing that God has a plan, and waiting on that plan, really waiting on God, to be fair. Like, there's no rush. I'm actually 22, like, I'm a small girl. I'm not ready to be cuffed yet. You see me? Yeah, let me not talk too much, but yeah.
Alright, so this one's a bit deep, and it's quite relevant to what's going on now. What advice would you give a young black girl who doesn't love her skin?
Oh, wow, scary. Firstly, I would tell that person that your skin color doesn't define who you are. What defines you, or what you are about, what you have to offer, is what is really inside. And I think that's what kept me most times, because obviously, as you guys can see, I'm dark skin girl. Like, I think what kept me was knowing that I had more to offer than my skin color, and that who you are as a person, it's not based on how you look, man. Like, I know your looks will only take you so far, and I know in this day and age it's very difficult to see past that, in a world where it's a lot about picture perfect moments, and things which are on the outside. But I think what keeps you, especially in relationships, like Renee can vouch for that as well, relationships, friendships, all of that stuff, it goes far beyond your skin. So I think for someone that's insecure in themselves, work on your craft, work on the things that you're good at, work on things that you want to be known for. Just think about it in a sense where if you were to pass away at any time, how would you want people to remember you? Like, how would you actually want to be what would you want to be known for? You're not gonna be thinking, oh, this light-skinned girl or this dark-skinned girl. Do you get it? Like, there's more to life than that, and you also gravitate towards the people who are like-minded and think that way. So I think, yeah, the advice that I would say is keep on loving yourself, because you are lovable. You're lovable, and you have a lot more to give than what is on the outside.
If you could travel anywhere in the world with one person, where would you go and with who?
Scary. Whoever asked this question is trying to catch me out. You're actually trying to catch me out. Where would I travel to?
Okay, you don't have to say with who.
With who?
That's a bit scary.
Yeah, I know, it's a bit
but
scary.
Where would you travel? Just anywhere, just one place you would want to travel. Where would it be?
I currently want to go to Bali. So I would say Bali. I want to go to Bali.
How does it feel being a Christian in 2020?
It feels the same as being a Christian in 2019, to be honest. Being a Christian, I mean, this period between January to now has been testing for many Christians. So I think that now more than ever, we have to rely on Christ more than you ever have in your life, to be fair. It's exciting. Do you know what? It's weird because nowadays you meet a lot of people that say, oh, I'm a Christian, so it seems to be a lot easier. Do you get what I mean? It's not something that we'd shy away from. Like, for example, when I was in secondary school, I didn't want to tell every people that I was going to church every Sunday and Wednesday. Like, that's not what was going to be on my mouth. Do you get it? Just because back then people weren't really declaring that, you weren't accepting that fact. But I would say that now it's encouraging being a Christian, especially older. Having a relationship with Christ is one of the best things that you could literally ever have in life, and it just brings you peace and security. I'm not saying that you can't get it from anywhere else, but God is the only thing that doesn't change in this world. His love remains the same for us all day, every day, and in a world where everything is constantly changing, it's difficult to hold on to something, you know. So I think it's uplifting, really. And
so lastly, what can we look forward to in your podcast?
Oh, well, you can look forward to a lot, actually. One thing I would always say is that I like to be open and transparent. Like, my friends would call me explicit sometimes. Honestly, like Renee just said, I'm her most explicit friend. I'm so explicit and unfiltered. I just like to say things how it is. I like to pick people's brains. I like to ask questions. And I think my main slogan, or I don't know, what would you call it? My main aim of this podcast is to have the conversations that we have in our heads out loud. The things that we're really thinking, the things that we really want to talk about, the things that are really concerning us. To have those conversations with the people around us before it's too late to have these conversations, guys, because you could actually be sitting there rotting by yourself and going through such a hard time, and literally just by sharing that with someone else and hearing them say, rah, like, I've actually been there, done that, learned from that, and for them to be able to help you, it's one of the most beautiful things, really. So yeah, I think what you could expect is real life stories, transparent conversations, honest conversations, and just people that like to laugh and have fun. So this is it for the first the welcome, the introduction, first episode sort of, I guess. So thank you guys so much for even listening to what I have to say and staying till the end. I'm gonna try and keep this consistent, and I wanna help you guys whilst I help myself, to be fair. So yeah, thank you guys and talk to you soon.
Oh, I look ugly.
Hi.
No, we don't care about her, just me. Wait. Bring it back.
It's cute. Stepped in looking like a mafia.
It's not a gangster familiar. Real recognize, bro, you're not familiar. Holy Spirit is my counselor. You know that feeling when he's proud of ya? It's not gangster familiar. Real recognize, bro, you're not familiar.
So you better focus. You better focus. Every single day, man, you know I gotta focus. I gotta focus. Mommy used to